Let me just turn off my vibrator real quick.
Oh god. Oh god, we're recording. Hello, welcome to the Land of Skunks podcast. Our friend Derek has a vibrator. It's a rough way to start the episode.
Welcome everybody to the Land of Skunks. Welcome back to our degenerate fucking show.
Or if it's your first time, welcome for the first time.
Right.
Nobody's watching this.
Vibrator, free vibrators for everybody that listens.
Yeah.
Not really.
Oh god, we're never going to financially recover from that.
We're never gonna find it.
Oh god. There's a season 2, and you guys need to watch it.
Yeah, I do need to check out Tiger King season 2. I bet it's.
I can only assume it has less teeth than the season 1.
No, more.
Oh,
So
because
many
they got their teeth fixed from the season 1 money, huh?
Hey, that one
Yeah.
dude really did. Like, he looks like a totally different person, for real.
Yeah. Dude, Joe Exotic's married to like another dude and has already been divorced from him.
Jesus Christ.
While he's
Yeah,
been in
what
prison?
While he's been in prison. Dude, he married some like 25-year-old dude. And then he made a bunch of money off selling Joe Exotic's husband's like merchandise. And then he's already divorced Joe Exotic, and he's already married to some other dude. Dude,
What the fuck?
Oh my
That is
god.
That's so
Look.
exotic.
It's so
People like-
exotic.
people like Tiger King because their lives keep going. Like you can turn that shit off and go back to your normal life,
Right.
but these people have to live that.
I tell you what, I think when I die, I want Joe Exotic to sing at my funeral. I want him to sing his album.
I want to hear "I Saw Tigers" at Jake's funeral.
Yeah.
I wanted to
Jesus.
do every one of his albums at the funeral.
I want him to be there in the orange jumpsuit with the cowboy hat on.
Yes.
Christ.
Fuck yeah, I want it. I want it so bad.
Standing
It
on
has
the
to happen.
hood of an early 2000s Silverado.
Sounds pretty American.
I want him to sing it. I don't want him to lip sync it. I want him to sing it.
Right.
Oh God.
But speaking of American, maybe our first sponsor, boys.
Yeah, let's go
First
ahead.
sponsor. Wow. Okay, let's go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, brought to you by new Samuel Adams gun oil and pussy. Ever fuck your wife with a gun to her head? Well, now you can taste it in a bottle. This is Boston. Drink responsibly.
What the fuck?
Right.
I don't make ads. I just read them, guys.
We have some dangerous sponsors.
I know.
Gun oil and pussy.
Yes, this is Boston. Drink responsibly.
No, there, Randy.
my
We have American sponsors, Randy. American sponsors.
Jesus Christ.
Ugh.
I love that. I love and hate that equally.
Yeah, that
If
one's
you could believe it.
yeah, that one's tough.
So, let me ask you guys a question real quick. So I sent you the file that has the outline for this episode. Did you notice why I decided to
Okay,
name?
whoa. Start again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Did you happen to notice the name of the file I sent you for the outline of this episode?
Yeah,
Yes.
all our friends are dead or something.
No, Eat Your Friends.
Eat your friends. That's what it is. Eat your
Oh,
friends.
eat your friends. Yeah, this is inappropriate. Derek, would you like to tell us what?
Well, I was also going to say that sounds like a name of a summer camp at the house from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, or the name of a lesbian porno.
Yeah, eat your friends.
Yeah.
Nami. So
That
yeah,
sounds like the motto.
So today, guys, we're going to be talking about. I'm going to probably butcher the pronunciation. Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571.
Uruguay. I thought you said Uruguay there
It's,
for a
it's,
second.
it's Uruguay.
Uruguay, yeah. Like I said, not great at pronunciation, but
Tomato.
so the question I have to ask you guys to start out with is, the 72 days seem like a long time to y'all.
Yes.
72 days
Yes.
in relation to.
So, like, say, like 72 days in our life where we just go to work every day and come home. It really actually passes before you know it. In that kind of
Right.
situation.
Right.
Yeah. What is that? About 2.5 months?
Yeah, roughly.
I
So, you know,
guess.
I mean, at work sometimes that just goes by crazy fast for us, I've noticed.
Right.
But I want you to imagine 72 days in like minus, 25-degree temperatures with hardly any food, no winter gear to wear, and blinding light coming off the snow in your eyes. So, in that case, 72 days does seem like a long ass fucking time.
Oh wait.
Yes. 72
And-
days would suck.
Yes. So, what we're talking about today, of course, with that flight, is it crashed in the mountains in those kind of conditions, and it took them 72 days before they were found.
Tasty human flesh.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that later, Cheeseburger.
Dun, a foreboding.
Spoilers.
So, do you guys know anything about this particular disaster?
I
Yes and no. I do. I used to watch a bunch of plane crash documentaries. I remember this one faintly.
Yeah.
But I'm fogging on the details. So that's what.
So
you're
pretty much, yeah. So pretty much, it was a chartered plane. The plane was owned by the Uruguayan Air Force,
Mhm.
and it was a Fairchild FH-2272. Which I think, if I'm not mistaken, the plane it wasn't really that old, but it was kind of an underpowered plane, and wasn't exactly a great plane, but it got the job done. But basically, it was chartered by a school called the Old Christians Club, and it was the Old Christians Club rugby team that chartered it, and they were
They
basically
do not have sex with boys.
no. And they were basically going to have a rugby game with another club called the in Chile. And like I said, the plane was underpowered, of course, but it left on October 12th, 1972 from its country of origin. And basically, where it was underpowered, it couldn't make the straight flight to Chile. It had to go around the Andes Mountains. Well,
so why is it they couldn't get high enough, or
yes, basically the plane wasn't powerful enough to get high enough to clear them, so it had to go around them.
Okay.
And so pretty much there were two pilots, of course. There was a main pilot and a co-pilot. The co-pilot was actually a trainee, and he was actually piloting the plane at the time as part of his training. And pretty much what happened was he misjudged where he was, and he ended up making the turn too early. And basically, by the time he realized it, he was already crashing into the mountains. And pretty much they said it hit 2 to 3 times. It broke in half. The tail section landed in one spot, and the fuselage landed way away from it and stuff like that. And in the initial crash, 35 of the people survived out of 45. There were 45 passenger and crew, and 33 survived the crash.
Wouldn't it
And,
suck like the second it crashed and the tumbling was over, the breaking in half was over, just the flight went da-ding. Thank you for flying with Delta.
Oh no! See, that's
And your first thought is, damn it, I knew I should be chimped out on these shitty fucking airline tickets.
Should have went Southwest.
you should have went Southwest. Oh,
But yeah, 33
I
out of 45 survived, and pretty much there were 5 crew out of the bunch.
that's
and
not.
the
That's impressive though. You said 33 out of how many?
33 out of 45.
That's actually
Okay.
pretty impressive for a plane crash. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, you think
What
about
company
it,
was it?
especially a plane crash into the mountains. I mean, it's
Hey, what company was it?
It was an Air Force. It was one of their
the
government planes. It was a Uruguayan.
Uruguayan Air Force.
Yeah,
I
it
bet
was one
that's
of their-
You think that's their slogan now? Is we'll get 33 out of 44 of you there?
Well, no.
We're
Here's the
guaranteed
deal.
to get a percentage of you there.
33 survived the initial crash. There was more who passed away, actually.
2/3 of you'll live.
Yeah.
But just the
Only a
initial
quarter of
crash itself, just surviving the initial crash itself, that's kind of impressive.
Pretty
if
lucky,
you honestly
yes.
think about it. Oh yeah, 100%. I mean,
like
if
I said,
I'm remembering correctly, when I was looking into this one, it hit the mountains, and it kind of grazed. I think it grazed the top of the first peak.
Yeah.
And broke apart.
Yeah.
That's why the fuselage and the tail were at different areas.
Yeah, like
But,
pretty much like as soon as they got through the clouds, literally the mountains were there.
Yeah.
Because he legit thought that he was going to turn, there was going to be Chilean airport.
So right. So do you remember looking into this? Whether it was his fault or was it air traffic control? Did they
Oh no,
just
the crash has been ruled as pilot error.
pilot error?
Yep.
So
He just
He
sucked
basically
at
had his
flying,
timing off a little bit.
What a way to go to hell.
Yeah.
right?
you would think that air traffic control would have picked up on that though.
It could
What?
be, but also, stuff could happen, It's probably, I hate to be this way at that time, it probably wasn't the greatest funded air traffic control down there too.
Oh, I think I remember. Yeah, I remember looking into this. The reason that air traffic control didn't know is because there was like a dead zone
Oh, okay.
where they were coming. There was a dead zone where they were flying through right there, through the mountains. They didn't have the radar. I don't remember if it was because the radar was down or they just didn't have it installed to begin with. But for whatever reason, there was a dead zone there, so they had no idea.
Gotcha.
That's what happened there, if I remember that correctly. I'm pretty sure it was that was that for that flight. I'm pretty sure I'd have to look back and see, but I'm about 90% positive that's what it was.
Yeah, that makes sense, Like I said, the weather was also terrible during this flight too.
Mm-hmm.
Just a shit storm.
Yeah,
Right,
it
you
was
can't even
not-
see the mountains below you, so
Exactly.
it's in the dead of night, so
But yeah, and definitely, like I said, 33 survived the initial crash, and 5 more died within the first night of their injuries. Pretty severe injuries from being, in a plane crash. I don't think you can
Yeah,
come
one
out
guy's
without.
asshole fell out.
Yes, and that asshole grew up to be Cheeseburger.
Oh,
oh wow.
I roll. How
I didn't know
I rolled
you were a
down
plane
the
crash
Andes Mountain.
That
I
is
didn't
the
know you were a plane crash survivor.
That is the Cheeseburger origin story.
Yeah, I rolled down the Andes Mountains like in the movie Kung Fu, and was raised by a group of Chilean asshole ranchers.
You mean Kung Fury?
Yeah, Kung Fury's the one with
David Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff and
You
the
talking about
hacker
Kung
man.
Fu?
No.
Yes,
Talking about
Kung Pao. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Kung
Enter the
Pao,
Fist.
Fury, yeah. Enter the
Fist
Fist.
of Fury.
Enter the Fist, or
Something like that.
Tongue of Fury.
Yeah,
Some shit like
Finally
that.
figured
It's the
that
one
out.
where he fights the fucking cow.
I'm glad.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Such a good movie.
So, what
That was Academy.
what happened immediately after they crashed? Did they send somebody? They try to call somebody? Like what?
No, they basically everything was down. I think they did discover a radio at one point. They were able to hear some stuff, but they weren't able to get back with people. It was just a radio.
Yeah, I'm fairly
basically-
certain there probably wasn't be any signal.
The first things they started doing after the crash was after they got everybody out, and they placed the dead in the snow. Was one of the first things they did. And actually, they placed one guy in the snow who was actually still alive, but they didn't know this. He was in a coma.
Oh,
And then
shit.
placing him in the snow actually saved his life because the snow and the coldness actually kept his brain from swelling. And I think he woke
Really?
up a couple days later. Yeah, he woke up a couple days later, and he was actually one of the 2 guys who went on the mission to go try to find help.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
How did he not freeze to death?
I guess they wrapped him up. I mean, it was a couple days, so I mean, he might have went into a state of where he was in a coma. Maybe everything was shut down. But one of the guys on the plane was a medical student, so that helped out a little bit.
I think I'm just gonna start throwing snowballs at coma patients. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Try to revive them.
I think
But,
that's probably a fantastic idea.
Thank you.
But it was actually pretty cool. The survivors actually
Not really.
did start. The survivors were able to actually like rip pieces off the plane. Like they compiled all the food together, which was hardly anything. I think it was like a can of mussels, a little bit of cheese, and some chocolate, and a couple bottles of wine. That was literally all they had because it was supposed to be just a short flight.
Right.
And but they took parts off that plane to make little gutters to filter snow and rain snow through, let it melt into water and stuff like that. They ripped apart the sheets to make clothing to cover themselves. They even took off visors out of the plane to create.
Okay,
like,
well, hold on. What was that?
they even took little like visors off the plane to make handmade sunglasses to keep like snow burn out of their eyes from snow blindness.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, think about it. You go out and, I'm assuming snow blindness. I'm not scientific by any means in my hypothesis here. Explain to me what snow blindness
It's when you
blindness
do so
is.
much
Is that
cocaine that you go blind?
right?
No,
Yeah,
it's just pretty much the sun
the
reflecting
brightness
off
from the
the
sun, right?
Yes,
That's what I
it's just
thought.
like looking into the sun almost.
Oh,
Like a-
yeah. Yeah.
Like it can damage your eyes just from so much light being let into them.
Yeah.
What a terrible way to go blind.
That's
I'd
you know
rather
that's
be the
why a lot
cocaine
of
way.
like ski equipment has sunglasses and polarizing and stuff like in the goggles and shit.
Right.
But like I said, the plane and it kind of makes a little bit of sense because the plane actually landed at first and then it took that back off on Friday the 13th. So the plane ride was cursed in the beginning just because
From the
they took
beginning.
off. I mean, who the fuck flies on Friday the 13th?
Everybody knows that's a bad idea.
Apparently,
Jason
rugby
Voorhees.
players. Rugby players.
Jason Voorhees.
Mm,
Jason Voorhees
I
flies.
forgot
on-
about Jason Voorhees.
You
But,
guys just
But basically, like I said, at one point they found a radio, and using that radio, they actually got a little bit bad news on October 21st because they found out on that day that the search for them had been called off. I mean, helicopters had flew over the area too. They just couldn't see them because
Couldn't
of all the
find
snow
it.
and stuff. Yeah. So
Well,
they had
that's
actually saw, but then they, like I said, they heard over the radio that the search had been called off. So that was like a damper to morale and stuff.
They found a motherfucker in the bottom of a ship that was sunk at the bottom of the ocean. He
Yeah.
was in it alive
Yeah.
with nothing but sharks eating the dead bodies of his crewmates. They found him in like what? I think it was like a week.
a week. He was under
Yeah.
under the sea for a week. Can you imagine that though?
Yeah,
Just
that would suck.
Chilling out, you're underwater. You know that there's no way that you can swim to the surface, and you hear sharks swimming through the wreckage, eating your dead buddies' bodies.
Oh yeah, it'd be horrible.
Imagine
And they
being on
found
this fucking mountain, and then all of a sudden a billy goat comes along and eats your fucking ass.
Now that would be somewhat enjoyable at the very
Now-
least.
Cheeseburger, what did I tell you about telling us about your dates on this podcast?
Listen, you have sex with a goat one time and it's a date.
Exactly.
Yeah. Listen, okay, we're gonna break this down really quick. You could be an underwater welder, like go through all the qualifications, all the training. You've done that for 20 years. You have sex with one goat. You're not an underwater welder. You're a goat fucker.
You're the guy to fuck. And plus, Cheeseburger, we saw the pictures. You brought a bottle of wine with you. It was a date.
Hey, by the way, how's your relationship with the mule?
Yes.
It is. I broke it off. I broke it off.
Oh.
Aw.
Yeah, all this is actually a crime in Virginia.
So have you been back?
Oh,
Have you
shit.
been back on? Have you been back on farmanimalsonly.com to find you a new date?
Yeah, that's where I met Thomas, the billy goat, and he tosses my salad like a fucking Olive Garden employee. Okay.
This podcast is brought to you by Unlimited Breadsticks.
Unlimited goat asshole eating. Goat-a-lingus. Unlimited goat-a-lingus.
Oh my god.
So yeah, like I said, I just want to be upfront. This is going to be a very abridged version of this. If you ever want to read more about this, you'll have to look it up. We're just doing the abridged version, so I'm going to skip over some stuff.
Right.
No.
So pretty much at one point when they ran out,
You cut out.
it was after a couple days. Can you hear me now?
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so pretty much once they ran out of food, they didn't instantly go towards this, but after a while they.
You cut out again.
No, tell me what happens.
We must.
There is so much suspense.
Are you there?
Yeah, there
Finish
we
the
go.
fucking story. What happens next?
Okay. So pretty much they decided to start.
God damn it! It
Oh
did
my
it again.
god.
I'm gonna spoil it. They eat each other. They eat.
They
the dead
fucking
bodies.
eat each other.
They have
Okay,
sex with
can you
them,
hear me?
And then they
Oh,
eat them.
God. Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay, so yeah, they started eating the dead passengers. And,
I told you.
Say it ain't so.
yeah, and I don't know what the worst part of this is. The fact that you had to eat people,
The fact
Or
that
the
they had
fact-
sex with them before.
or the fact that they couldn't cook the people. They had to eat it frozen.
It's probably the frozen part because you can
Yeah.
probably get away with eating people just fine, but like cold people meat, I think.
Well, and it's unseasoned too.
Right.
That kind of kills. Which brings us to our next sponsor. At this point, our next sponsor is Jeffrey Dahmer's A Taste of Man seasoning.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh,
This
God.
product is a special blend of spices curated by famed chef of man Jeffrey Dahmer. Perfect
Chef
for
of
any
man.
down-home cannibalistic family gathering.
Not to
Jesus
be-
Christ.
Not to be confused with The Son of Man, a song by
By
Phil
the
Collins.
immortal Phil Collins. Yes. That kind of ties in
Thank you.
with my second ad. I mean, if you're cool with doing back-to-back ads here,
Oh, that's fine.
my ad is
That's-
kind of it fits right
It's
in.
money in the bank.
This week we
Money.
are brought to you by Textbook Necrophilia. That's it. It was Textbook Necrophilia.
Is that like fucking a dead textbook, or what are we doing?
No, that's a textbook. That is when you work at a whatchamacallit? What
Mortuary?
mortuary, and you start sucking the dead people's toes
Oh.
for sexual
Oh, okay.
pleasure.
So I thought maybe that was going to be like a a porn version of like a new Pixar.
Yes.
Oh, God,
Pixar's definitely
God,
going to do.
fuck.
And then
Yeah,
you could kill the.
I-
Then you could.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
foresee. I don't foresee Pixar doing anything like that.
Yeah, with I don't see Pixar.
No,
touching
no.
necrophilia.
They'll make the movie. No,
Whoa,
they'll make the movie about the books coming to life, and then
We
people start
don't
making porn about that.
Right.
And we don't see Pixar doing this? Come on.
No, I don't
I
see
can see
Pixar
that.
doing this.
It's like the
If
Page
not-
Master, but with rape.
Yes, Disney's definitely on board.
Oh my god.
The Rape Master.
But part on October 29th, the plane was hit by a fucking avalanche, which killed 8 more of the passengers.
Oh, so
Well,
bad luck goes to shit luck.
Exactly. Like somebody was trying to kill these people.
yeah, do you ever just get the feeling that God wants you dead? Like, he's like, come on home, boy. And you just won't let it fucking happen.
Damn, dude.
Go home when the Lord calls you.
Yeah. And yeah, that put a damper on things. They had to dig people out of the snow. They had to save a couple of them and stuff. And it was a good time. Good times.
Yeah.
But mostly
I'd
they
say put a
barbecue people.
I'd say put a damper on things
Yes.
is a bit of an understatement.
a bit.
when you have
Yeah,
to
I mean,
pick dead bodies for food out of an avalanche, not an ambulance.
well, I
Not
mean,
a-
at one point they did start laying the meat out to let the sun cook it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure the sun would do a fantastic job cooking.
Oh yeah, I mean, it puts a new
Oh fuck.
Jack Link's jerky.
Something Jack Lynch.
Yeah, something about Jack Link's jerky there. We probably don't want you to finish that sentence, honestly.
Honestly, yeah.
But
Do you think any of them went like one of the guys was just like, what part do we go for first? The asshole, and then they all look at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Tim? What? You want
No,
the asshole first?
I
no,
bet
they
ate the
actually
pilot first. I bet that was the first thing they did. They're like, we're eating this fucking trainee. He tried to
they
kill us
actually
all.
started with the no, they actually started with the skin and the muscle, and then
Oh,
Of who? Which one went first?
oh god, he cut out again. This is a great episode, guys.
Yeah,
On down to Ed Gein.
I started
Yeah.
muscle.
fantastic. Pardon the technical difficulties of our compatriot here. He's only 3/4 the way retarded.
3/4,
Possibly a serial killer.
and possibly a serial killer. Definitely.
Possibly.
Hey, my Walmart
Definitely a
microphone.
rapist.
So
Don't shop
Talk
at
shit about my
Walmart.
Walmart.
It's the devil. Sam
So,
Walton was actually the devil.
did any of them say how it tasted?
Yeah, one guy actually described it just like regular raw meat is what he described it as.
That guy's eaten people before, though.
Yeah.
No,
Tastes like a Tuesday.
like one of the survivors actually like equated it to losing your virginity
Oh, well, that's
because no, like he
I'm
said
sorry?
it was like
Oh God!
I'm
No, he's-
fucking sorry.
Oh wait, this took a dark turn that we didn't
That
talk
guy's
about.
fucked dead people before for sure.
I bet he seasoned them.
no. So basically, what he explained it as, he's like, you know, when you're losing your virginity, you have like all these thoughts about what it's going to be like and what you're going to happen, what it's going to feel like, and then it happens, and it
you
just
love
fucking
it.
happened. It, you know,
That's what he
he's
said.
like, you know, I ate the meat, and next thing you know, life went on.
Huh. I wouldn't pick virginity, but I mean, you know, some people are different.
He's like, then I loved it. I had to have more.
And I had
So
to
I
have
ate all those passages.
Oh god.
Then I used all their clothes to make me a giant clothes monster, and I walked down the mountain to
I
survive.
think when they lined up that they fucking
And I didn't actually make that up. That actually was what one of the survivors said.
I know, I believe it.
And he did fuck all of them.
Do you think that when they lined up for lunch or whatever, they like one of them went like you know, like it was a KFC order or something? I'll have the 12-piece finger meal or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not eating Chinese guy again this week.
What?
Yeah.
I just
I'm
kind of hope
hungry.
that they used. I just kind of hope that they used part of the plane to like build a cafeteria style lunch thing,
Oh, for sure.
Sure.
and they're just sitting there
Sure they
scooping
did.
out.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah,
They're
but
like-
use parts of the airplane to build a McDonald's. That would be like that'd be rough. But
That'd be
didn't at one
amazing.
point during this whole incident, when they sent the people to go find you know, help or whatever, wasn't there a resort like not even, you know, 5 miles or just
Yeah, there
out?
actually was a resort, like a closed down resort close to them. They just didn't realize it.
Damn.
But at one point, they did actually make a trek too, and they found like the tail section.
Okay, well, back
At
off.
one point, they did find the tail section of the plane. A few of them. They were able to like find a couple of supplies and stuff like that. But other than that, that's really all they found. Adventuring around, as you could probably assume, they didn't have a lot of energy to be running around, exploring and shit.
Right.
But
Mhm.
yeah, and then basically on December 12th, I think it started out as 3 of the survivors. Pretty much, it was kind of cool. They actually like rigged together a sleeping bag that 3 of them could sleep in, and it was out of parts of the plane to keep them warm in the night. But basically, 3 of them set out to descend the mountain to find help. And I think like halfway up the first mountain, the one guy decided he couldn't go any further, so he went back to the camp to wait with the other people while the other 2 guys went. And pretty much they brought that sleeping bag, and they brought rugby socks with human meat in it to have on the way down.
Oh,
And it actually took them 3 days just to climb the first mountain. And
why do I imagine a tube sock filled with Wendy's chili and them just slurping it like yogurts?
Oh wow.
Thank you, cheeseburger.
Ugh.
But yeah, it took them 3 days to get to the top of the first mountain, and when they got to the top of it, they thought they would look over that mountain and see like jungles and villages and stuff, and they basically just saw other mountains when they got to the top of that mountain and realized they had a long way to go. And I think it was a total of like 20 or 30 miles they had to trek to get to civilization, not even civilization, just out of the mountains.
Oh, god damn.
But they did end up reaching out of the Andes, and it was actually kind of cool. They came up on this river, and the 2 guys were exhausted. One of the guys had dysentery, and the other guy was just exhausted, and they basically camped out at that river because the night before they had saw somebody across the river. And so they camped out there and waited till the next day, and they saw the guy again. It was a farmer, and they got his attention. And basically the farmer went and got a hold of a piece of paper and a pen, and he wrote down a message to him on it and attached to a rock and threw it to him. And they were able to put down a message, "Hey, we're from flight so-and-so. There's survivors up at the mountain. We need help now." And they signed that off and threw it back across to him. And that guy was able to go get help. And that was how pretty much they found the survivors.
Shit.
So finally, after a lot of bad luck, they had one little stroke of good luck.
Didn't you say they were a certain place close to a resort?
Yeah, it was like not even that far away.
So
They
basically,
and got food at any point.
basically, you're telling me stupidity caused this in like 17 different levels. Like, first of all, the airline was dumb enough to let a trainee fly the fucking plane. Number 2, once they crashed, the people who were alive didn't immediately like fucking bail ass or know anything about the area they were going to. They could have known that island just by looking at a map of it.
Yeah, they could have
Known
been
that they had to go
resorting
around it.
Till they fucking found people, you know?
Yeah, shit. I mean, like, if there was 30 people and we just survived a plane crash, I'm gonna get the fuck as far away from it as I can so that the fuel doesn't explode. You know, I'm not gonna set up a McDonald's of human flesh inside of it.
Well, to be fair, if you're in the middle of a blizzard,
Yeah.
then
Maybe try to hunker down.
Yeah,
True.
you can't see, and that's the one piece of shelter that you know is there. I mean, I could see both sides.
I've also definitely.
It's just an unfortunate situation.
I've also
Yeah.
definitely seen a McDonald's made of human flesh in my nightmares before.
Oh yeah.
Well, your nightmares are fucked, buddy. You might need a. Yeah, I think you probably do need a psychiatrist.
Maybe. Then I could be like Tony Soprano. He's
Oh God.
You call nightmares, I just call it a good dream.
Oh boy. That's yikes. That is a yikes.
Yeah, so basically there was an abandoned summer resort that was 13 miles east of the crash location.
Oh boy. That's unfortunate to not realize that, you know?
That nobody knew about.
And that
Idiot.
ends the story of the worst plane ride you could be on.
So
I don't know.
never fly Delta. That's a thing that I've learned.
Because at least in other crashes, you get to die instantly in hellflame.
Right. Right. Well, this was like Uruguayan Delta, I guess, huh?
Or you can just straight up disappear like that one flight.
Yeah.
Right.
The ones that are abducted by aliens.
Yes.
For sure.
And sold into alien sex trafficking.
Slavery. Yes.
Right. I've heard of this. We have to shut down these alien sex trafficking rings. I've said it once, I'll say it again.
Yes. There's actually an alien Epstein, and he's still alive.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, his woman goes on trial Monday.
Hell yeah.
And isn't it kind of funny? The Omicron variant is coming on Monday, too.
Yeah.
No. So,
Yeah.
Connections.
we were speaking about dreams. I'd like to segue into the podcast's new sponsor, Wet Dream Catchers.
Wet dream catchers. Oh, wow.
Oh god, is it a stocking for your dick?
It is. It is exactly that.
It's like a dream catcher.
Are you
but
tired?
sticky.
Are you tired of losing that sweet succulent nut while you sleep? No more with Wet Dream Catchers.
Oh,
Save it for
God.
later. Or down it when you wake up.
What for later? Are you drinking the cum off of these dream catchers? Are you sucking cum off of these wet dream catchers?
The world may never know.
Oh, God.
Oh, gross.
Just, you wake up. I had one last night. You slurp the nut off of it.
No. You guys didn't read the product brochure. What it does is it actually sucks the nut back into you, and as soon as you wake up, it re-ejaculates, so you can get the experience twice.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh, wow. This sounds like it was made by Satan himself.
It's just an outpatient surgery. It takes like 30 minutes. They install it into your penis.
Yep. Well,
Just
anyway,
pull
there'll be a link in the description.
Yeah, there'll be a link if you want to blacklist that website.
Easy to use though. You just pull the beaded feather out of the tip of your dick,
Right. Oh, what the fuck?
like a butt plug for your penis.
Oh god, if that doesn't work, you can always try our last sponsor. Brought to you by New Viagra, a new gas station dick pill that will give you the kind of erection that can't be beaten off by even the most diligent of Chinese prostitutes.
Ooh. Yes.
Fantastic.
We're gonna get a lot of money from them.
Well, I feel like we've reached a point here where
I think we've exhausted our efforts for the night.
I will say, I think this is our most professional podcast we heard.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think we've
Not
pretty
bad.
much kept it A to B this whole time, except for gas station dick pills and cum catchers and
Or Jeffrey Dahmer's,
Jeffrey Dahmer's
seasoning.
spices. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, tis the season.
right. Tis the I don't know what that has to do, but tis the season.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, God.
time for holiday cooking. You want to bring out the best flavors in all of your meats, no matter where they come from.
Right. And this season, I know you're all gonna want to fuck. So for Christmas, maybe get your old man some dick pills. You know.
Gotcha.
That's all I have to
Alright.
say about that.
It's good to know, cheeseburger.
Appreciate
Yes.
it. Yep. So for wrapping up, I do want to say, first of all, I'm gonna need you to unbutton your pants,
God!
and then I'm gonna need you to pull it out. You know what it is. I'm gonna need you to pull that wet thing out. Then I'm gonna need you to slap it on that like button. I'm gonna need you to rub it on that subscribe button, and then I'm gonna need you to ejaculate on the bell so that you don't miss any of these very important episodes. And then put that
Wow.
slimy thing back in your pants, you dirty slut.
Wow.
Oh god, did he just shit into the fucking... Did anybody else hear that?
I think he did.
I don't want to hear that.
God, he fucking just shit into the microphone.
That's unfortunate.
I'm gonna puke.
I already did.
Oh god.
Gross.
It's just the end credits, huh? We're just gonna keep rolling with this. Just listening to Derek shit through his microphone. I'm pretty sure he inserted it into his asshole for that.
That could be why he's cutting out.
It's unfortunate. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning into the Land of Skunks podcast and joining us on this trip of degeneracy.
Yeah.
If you enjoy the content, don't forget to hit the like button. And if
Slap it
you
with your meat sword.
don't do that. If you want to know when we post new videos, hit the notification bell. And if you are really enjoying, well, I don't know how you possibly could enjoy what bullshit's being spewed here. But if you want to hear some more, just consider hitting that subscribe button. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, but do it with your genitals.
Don't do it with your genitals. Please. Whatever you do, do not do it with your genitals.
Yeah, I mean, there's other parts you could use. I mean, maybe try using your asshole.
Yeah, prolapse your asshole and slap the like button and subscribe button.
Oh my god. Don't do that.
Give it the old alligator tail.
No, don't do that. It's not fucking healthy. Don't.
I mean, if you're into that, do it.
It'll go back in, Jake. There's nothing unhealthy about it.
Yeah, there's nothing unhealthy about your asshole falling outside of itself.
Well, on that note.